Hi there. In this video, Hidden Gems. It's a top 11 list. Whether you're a starving musician or a musician with means, we all love a great bargain. Here is one top 11 list of some value products. I say one list because I'm always on the prowl for a bargain, and I think I could make more of these lists. It includes gear for musicians, hardware, software, and accessories both new and used. Number 11, Monoprice XLR 4-channel snake. Here is the cable in action. It's nice that it's 4 channels. If you need 8, you can simply get 2. It comes in several lengths. This one is perfect for my rack at 3 feet in length. It cuts down on the cable clutter. A 3-footer will run you about $10, and there are longer sizes if you need them. Number 10, Neewer XLR cable 6-pack. These are XLR cables sold in a 6-pack. You get 6 different colors. The value here is that they are short in length, at about 3 feet long. Shorter cables often carry a premium compared to the sweet spot for cables being somewhere in the 6 to 10 foot range and mic cables at 25 feet. They are nice for patching rack gear. At number 9, Yamaha O1V 96i. It's a 40-channel digital mixing console. You should know that all of the items on this list are things that I own or have owned at one time. So I'm speaking from experience, but also with bias. So evaluate what I'm saying for yourself. It comes with 16 analog inputs, with 12 of them on both XLR and 1/4-inch inputs. You also have another 8 channels through ADAT on board. It has one MY expansion port. Mine has a 16-channel ADAT card inserted. So 16 channels of analog plus 24 channels of ADAT gives me a total of 40 channels. You have 17 motorized faders, 16 channel faders, and a stereo master. 4 stereo effects processors that can be configured in a combination of stereo or mono, scene recall, parametric EQ. You can use it to control your DAW with fader ghosting, and it's bank switchable. It doesn't have a whiz-bang display that you can control with touch, but it gets the job done and it's built like a tank. It's even rack mountable. And I should say that it's all metal construction. You should know that there's an older version out there without the little I in the name. The I stands for interface. That's right, it's also a bidirectional 16-channel audio interface and MIDI interface that will hook up to your computer via USB. I paid about $1,000 for the one I still own, and I bought another one for $700 and I sold it. I wish I hadn't sold it. You used to see a lot of these for sale used, but I think the word is out about how useful they are. So now they are harder to find. If you can pick one up around about $1,000, that would be a great deal. Number 8, Native Instruments Complete Standard. This is probably the best value in a sample library out there, and it has held that distinction for several years. It costs $599, but NI has it on sale where you can get it for half price. Yes, for right around $300, you get an amazing arsenal of sampled libraries and sound tools. You can make an argument that it should be number 1 on this list, and if it were always on sale, it would be at number 1. You get the full version of Kontakt, which is a must because some libraries won't run on the player version. You get over 35 sampled instruments, and I'm not talking mouse farts and Himalayan bells. We're talking mainstream guitars, basses, pianos, keys, and drums. 15 synths that include Massive X, Massive, Monarch, Super 8, FM8, Retro Machines Mark II, and others. 19 effects, and they're all pretty useful. You also get the factory library that has something for everyone and fills in a few holes like vocals, but it's not expansive. It's truly a great deal. Number 7, VIR VI1. This was my first sample library that I bought a long time ago. It was on sale at Guitar Center, and I believe I paid $100 for it. Now that's its everyday price. You get bass, drums, including drum loops, ethnic, effects, general MIDI, orchestral guitars, organs, pianos, and synths. A reasonable selection of each, and they're all well recorded, but they're probably 16-bit and not 24-bit. But really, I don't know for sure, and they certainly sound fine. The good thing about a library like this is that it has a broad range of instruments for the price. And even though there isn't an expansive selection, you'll find gems that just don't appear in other libraries. At number 6, cheap hand percussion. Eggs, oranges, a slinky, kabasa. It's certainly more work to record live percussion, but it's often worth it. Also, you don't have to play everything live. Sometimes you can play 1 or 2 instruments live, and it creates the illusion that all the instruments are live. Probably every 10th or 15th cue I compose, I put some live percussion on it. I love how it sounds. At number 5, Amazon Basics single monitor arm. If you're running a lot of video monitors like I am, it's nice to have monitor arms. At about $115, these are a good value. I set mine up years ago when the price was $100, and I haven't had to tighten them. I believe that makes them a pretty good value and a worthwhile monitor to buy. I remember reading reviews of other brands, some which were substantially cheaper, and folks complained that you had to constantly tighten them to stop them from drooping. At number 4, Waldorf MicroCue. This is a great little rack mount virtual synth with 25 voices and onboard effects. They come in yellow or blue, and I believe the blue one is the newer one. They will run you somewhere in the $500 to $600 range. There is a Phoenix edition that has 75 voices and will run you closer to $1,000, but 25 voices is more than enough. There's a 25 voice keyboard version that is also $1,000. And my advice would be to get the rack mount unit and save some money. I owned both a blue one and a yellow one, and I wish I'd kept the blue one. At number 3, Korg WaveStation SR. This is a Korg WaveStation in a single rack package with 3 times the patch memory. It doesn't have the big screen of the keyboard or the AD version, but it has all the same sounds. It will cost you around $300, but I've seen them as low as $200 every once in a while, and that's what I paid for mine. It is a pad making, wave sequence making beauty. Some of the pads sound amazingly analog, thanks to the wave samples and the onboard effects. At number 2, Lexicon MPX 500/550. This is a single rack mount multi-effects processor from Lexicon. It has a nice bright display, positive clicking parameter knobs that are aligned up with the display for editing 4 parameters at a time, also known as soft knobs. I own 3 of them, one 550 and 2 500s that have been upgraded to 550s with ROM chips. I have one dedicated to an Akai AX80 and the other 2 are looped into my DAW. You used to be able to pick these up used for around $120, but now they will set you back $175 to $200 for a 500 and more for a 550. The word is out, and I talk in another video episode about how hardware effects are increasing in price. They are still a great deal at that price, and why they are listed so high on my list. Lexicon makes a software plugin version, but I don't have it, so I don't know how good it is. I also have a Lexicon PCM81, and while they don't have the depth of programming of the PCM line, they hold up very well against it. They sound good. At number 1, Event 2020 S250. Not everyone needs or wants a subwoofer, and chances are most people have never heard of this item. This is a 15-inch powered downward firing subwoofer. It was an optional purchase to add to Event 2020 BAS near-field studio monitors when they were an active product. I have a fairly large room that is 16 by 18 by 16. I have the subwoofer dialed in at close to 1 on a scale of 1 to 10, and you get some solid bass from the 15-inch sub. I don't use it very often, but it's nice to have. Now and again, I'll turn off the main lighting, turn on some mood lighting in my room, and play piano. It's wildly therapeutic. The overzealous bass adds a lot, and it's fun to hear. My primary reason for listing this is not that I think people will go out and buy this to use as a subwoofer in their studio. It's going to be too big for most people's studios. It's really too big for mine. Why I listed it is I think it would be a killer part of a home theater system. I tried it and it was ridiculous. I love it. I should have probably just left it in there, but I brought it back into the studio. I'm always on the lookout for one to add to my home theater system. It has a truly colossal sound. The thing is, you really need to find one of these locally because shipping would make it cost prohibitive to buy. It's big and it's heavy. Which brings me to my last point. They are hard to find. I don't look every day, but I've only seen 2 for sale in the past decade. They were both thousands of miles away from me, and both were being sold with a set of 2020 BAS Nearfields. If you get the opportunity, check them out. That's it for this video. I hope I haven't wasted your time. Take care, and I'll be back in another video soon.